gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know what time it is. It's your boy, Tru Inferno. And this is another Black Ops 2 commentary video for you, the YouTube citizens. And as you heard sometimes last week, my birthday's coming up. August the 18th is Monday. And after that, my first single off of my upcoming beat album, the Kyoto Hour Volume 2 Continuity, will be released. Yes, everything is going down next week. But let me get into this video because there's a lot of things I want to talk about. It's more news. That's news, and even more news than ever before, I guess. But let's get straight into it. The number one thing I want to talk about is they finally released footage of the new Call of Duty Advanced Warfare multiplayer. Because let's face it, Claymore said it best. Nobody really cares about the single player. Okay, most people don't. But for some reason, they want to focus on the single. It's like the same formula. Focus on the single player and then talk about the multiplayer. No, screw that nonsense. They need to focus on the multiplayer because anybody who is anybody gets Call of Duty for the multiplayer. That's the only reason why. So they need to straighten that out. Now, as far as the actual multiplayer, how it looks, you can instantly tell by looking at it. It's like it got Titanfall and Destiny written all over it. Now, granted, this is Sledgehammer. This is their first one. So, you could say they had about 2, 3, maybe 4 years to create this one. But at the same time, they probably got a word from Bungie and word from the creators of Titanfall about their type of game, and Sledgehammer decided to jump on board with the futuristic look. I mean, like, as far as the actual design, it looks sweet. I'm a little bit skeptical because, it's different Call of Duty, but then again, this is Sledgehammer. So, and I also heard there's no theater mode, so yeah, that sucks. But, I'm a little skeptical, but I think it should be good. I hope it's good. Otherwise, that would be strike 2 against Activision in the Call of Duty franchise. And then I had to rely on Treyarch with their Black Ops 3 maybe to save the franchise for me. Because if Treyarch strikes out as well, that's it. I'm done with the Call of Duty franchise. Now, let's get off of that. That's my only video game news I got for you. Now let's get into some sports news. Now, the main one I want to talk about is college players getting paid now. Yes, you heard me right. So, there's the O'Bannon ruling who basically came out and stuck up for these college players, saying, hey, they should be making money off of themselves. Everybody in the world shouldn't have the right to make money off of these college athletes, but the college athletes can make money off of themselves as well from right now. It's dumb, and I agree. So, basically, he took it to court, and the judge ruled in favor of this guy, O'Bannon. So, let me reveal what's basically going on here, what you know about the O'Bannon ruling. This is not about paying college athletes for playing. That is the focus of a different lawsuit. This ruling is about removing restrictions on the money college athletes can receive for use of their names, images, and likenesses. The judge determined those restrictions violate antitrust laws. So basically, that's the rule that got on my nerves the most. Everybody in the whole world can make money off of these college athletes, but these college athletes can't go out and make money off of themselves. So now, NCAA got to give Reggie Bush his Heisman Trophy back. They got to acknowledge UFC as national champ. Nah, I don't know about that. Anywho, moving on. The NCAA can cap payments to football and men basketball players as long as that cap isn't less than $5,000 a year for every year they compete. The NCAA also cannot stop colleges from putting that money into a trust fund to be held until an athlete's eligibility ends or he graduates, whichever comes first. The NCAA can no longer prohibit colleges from paying the full cost of attendance as a scholarship. The limits on aids to athletes are history. Each college may now pay the full cost for an athlete to attend as college if they want to. And finally, the ruling will not be effective. The ruling will not affect any recruits enrolled in college before July 1st, 2016, and the NCAA can continue to enforce its other rules. So, this is a step in the right direction. This is just the tip of the iceberg. It's not over. I think it's gonna favor the student athletes more as far as them getting paid and things of that nature. But this is a start, and I like it. I like it. You know, some people say 5,000 a year for these college athletes. That's kind of cheap, but again, it's a step in the right direction. Just the tip of the iceberg. I like it. Now, moving on. Another big news is that Donald Sterling officially no longer owns the Los Angeles Clippers organization. Now, for those of you who forgot or don't know who Donald Sterling is, he's the guy who's on the phone with his mixed side disc, his side chick, talking to her about why is she posting pictures with black people and why is she hanging out with black people such as Maggot Johnson at the Clipper games, and then he was saying all those racist comments and things of that nature. So now, well, the judge ruled against him a while back, but now the selling of the team is official. So the Sterling family no longer owns the LA Clippers. So we don't have to worry about the players coming out next season and going on strike because some racist jerk owns an NBA franchise and things of that nature. So that's all been put to rest. So yes, justice. And there was also the Paul George injury. Moving on, and I didn't see the injury, but it's a par with the injury that Louisville players suffered. I think it was last season. Was it last season? Last college basketball season? Not like last season. Last year. It was last year. And I didn't see that one either. And for those wrestling fans, it was on par with the Psycho Sid foot injury. It was that gross, apparently. I didn't see it, so, and I'm glad that I didn't see it, cause I can't deal with stuff like that. The Sid Vicious one, that one still haunts me to this very day, though. And man, when I first saw that Psycho Sid one, me and my cousin, we just like sat there, hands around our ankles for 10 minutes on the sofa. Our feet did not want to touch the ground. We couldn't get up and do anything. We had to go. I think I had to go to the bathroom. I still did not want to move, dog. It was that gross. So with the Paul George, I glad I didn't see it. And I heard he's going to be out for the whole year. And with that ruling, I have to look at the Pacers and say there's no way they're going to compete in the East right now. They could possibly still make the playoffs as this idiot was just laying there prone trying to snipe in the open. But anywho, they could probably still make the playoffs because the East ain't exactly up there. But for them competing for the East, for their own division with Cleveland, who will now have LeBron James and Kevin Love and Kyrie, it's not happening. And don't forget Chicago with Derrick Rose back, and he's supposedly the Derrick Rose of old. It's just not. And they got Paul Gasol. It's not happening for the Pacers, not this year, or this upcoming year. So there you go. Also, obviously we all heard about the death of Robbie Williams. That was kind of awful. That was sad, and I hope that the whole suicide thing ain't true. But I did heard or read rather that he died based off of well, in this case, he committed suicide based off of depression, and that's kind of messed up. Not also Tony Stewart, while driving, I think in a NASCAR race or something like that, he actually accidentally ran somebody over or something like that, and that person died as well. So Tony Stewart did not compete in Sunday's event because that incident happened this past Saturday. So yeah, a lot of stuff happened this past week that was messed up, and also the Mike Brown incident. I still don't know what happened there, but I've been meaning to look it up. But apparently, it's another one of those don't shoot and they shot him anyway moments, and that's just like disgusting, just straight up disgusting. And that's pretty much it for the news. Let me reiterate what I said earlier. My birthday is this Monday, August 18th. The day after that, I released the first single off of my upcoming B album, The Kyoto Hour Volume 2, Continuity. And, August been going pretty good for me. And, so, even though my birthday coming out, I really can't wait for September, October, and obviously November with all these games coming out. And, of course, December, Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix. That's the one I'm rating on the most. But as you can see, this game is over. And I got a few more topics I want to discuss with y'all, so I'll get to some of those starting next week. This is the new Jay Gatsby, a.k.a. January the 2nd, saying peace out, y'all. See y'all next time. Oh!
Ben Gilbert on the beat.